Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It's Monday, the 15th of January 2024. It is a Blu-ray release day. It's bitter cold down here on the seafront. It's clear skies, so there's no coverage from the clouds. I'm going to head up to HMV. It's quite a big release day today, but I'm only after one title, but it does give me an opportunity to show you some of the gifts I received for Christmas, talk about them in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to go and grab a coffee, because I need one, because it's cold. Not a sponsor, and then I'll take you through the HMV and see what's out. I'll see you all in a bit. Okay, so here I am, 8:30 a.m, sitting in Costa Coffee in Churchill Square, Brighton. I see they're still making their way through the Christmas takeaway cups. Nice and quiet in here this morning, which is a relief because last week was a little bit too busy. Well, in the window, they're advertising the big release of this week. It is The Creator, but what is on the mannequin this week? Is it My Little Pony? No, it is Batman. This week I'm going to start off with a manga release, and it's Near Under 7, which is about a poor student who lives in a bathhouse with an alien that isn't well liked. This is season 1, it's got a run time of 300 minutes and is priced at $29.99. Next is Andy Warhol's Flesh for Frankenstein, which technically came out on the 4th of December, but it's hitting the shelves today. It's a horror film from 1973, directed by Paul Morrissey, and it's priced at $17.99. Honor Among Lovers next, a romantic drama from 1931. It's about a jealous husband who suspects his wife is up to no good with her ex-boss. This is a pre-code film and it's limited to 3,000 copies and priced at $16.99. An American Tragedy Now. This is another romantic drama from 1931. This one's directed by Joseph von Sternberg, who actually directed a film I'm going to show later. This is about a sleazeball that wants to get ahead in his field of work but doesn't care who gets hurt in the process. Again, this one's limited to 3,000 copies. Next is Love Me Tonight, a romantic musical comedy from 1932. This is another pre-code film and it's limited to 3,000 copies and is about a tailor that has to collect money that he's owed and a princess that falls in love with him. What could be nicer than that? This is priced at $16.99. Next is Free, The Final Stroke, the second volume. This anime film's about a swimmer overcoming obstacles. It's got a runtime of 110 minutes and carries a PG certificate. It's yours for $14.99. Next is Andy Warhol's Blood for Dracula, another horror film, this time from 1974, again directed by Paul Morrissey. Dracula this time is on the hunt for a virgin, good luck with that, and this one has a runtime 106 minutes and is priced at $17.99. Desire next, a crime comedy from 1936. The description reads, an automotive engineer bound for holiday in Spain meets a sultry jewel thief. Another release limited to 3,000 copies, also priced at $16.99. Children of the Corn now, a horror from 2020 about a bunch of homicidal children who go on a killing spree in a small town in Nebraska. How delightful. This is priced at $12.99. So next is the 50th anniversary of The Wicker Man. There are 3 cuts of this classic British horror on this. This is about a police officer who is lured to an island and nasty things happen. I won't say any more on that. Blu-ray is priced at $14.99. There's nice slipcovers on these, by the way. And the 4K is priced at $22.99. Next is another British film, this time Devil Girl from Mars. This is a black and white sci-fi from 1954. Patricia Laffin plays the title character. She's heading to London in a flying saucer, but ends up in Scotland instead, I'm not saying anything, to collect men for breeding purposes. This is priced at $14.99. Another British film, this one is Horrors at the Black Museum, and from the trailer it feels similar to House of Wax, does look good though. So 1959, directed by Arthur Crabtree, his last directed film. This one is priced at $14.99. Next, we have 2 second sight releases of Martin Scorsese's Mean Streets. This 1973 crime movie stars Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel and Amy Robinson. It's set in Little Italy in New York, where Charlie is conflicted by his life choices and his faith. The standard Blu-ray edition is $17.99, whereas the limited edition 4K set, which comes with a 178-page book and 8 R cards, is priced at $49.99. My Hero Academia Season 6 Part 1 next. This Japanese anime is about a mission that goes wrong and the aftermath it causes. This has got a runtime of 325 minutes and is priced at $29.99. Killing next, a third window release. It's a Japanese drama from 2018. It's about a lone young samurai who fails to protect a woman and has to face an elderly, more experienced samurai for absconding. This is priced at $17.99. Blue Lock next, a Japanese anime from last year. It's about a young footballer wannabe who tries to get on a team. This is part 1 of season 1 and is priced at $29.99. I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. This is a Japanese anime from last year. I think the title says it best. This is season 1. It's got a runtime of 300 minutes and it's priced at £39.99. La Bamba next, a biographical musical drama from 1987 which tells the story of Richie Valens as played by Lou Diamond Phillips. This Criterion release is priced at £22.99. Okay, so on to the big release of the week, and it's The Creator. We have the Blu-ray and the 4K here to show you. It's about AIs fighting for their survival and acceptance in the world. It's a very good movie. The Blu-ray is priced at $14.99, comes in a slim case, and the 4K in a thicker regular Blu-ray case is priced at £24.99. Both come with slipcovers, and it carries a 12 certificate. Inside the Mind of Coffin Joe next, 11 films in this, and we have At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul, This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse, The Strange World of Coffin Joe, Awakening of the Beast, The End of Man, When the Gods Fall Asleep, The Strange Hostel of Naked Pleasure, Hellish Flesh, Hallucinations of a Deranged Mind, Embodiment of Evil, Strange World of Jose Mozica Marins. $89.99 for this one. Hey everybody, welcome back. 4 titles to show you today. I've been busy watching some TV over the week. I've binged all the available Reacher Season 2 episodes, which was really good. Recommend that one if you like the first one. Plus a couple of films I streamed. Freelance, which stars John Cena. Just so bland, bored me to tears. And Leave the World Behind, which starred Julia Roberts. It was alright. It was a one-time watch. The ending was a little bit of a letdown. And of course, Mr. Bates versus the Post Office miniseries. Incredibly well acted. Something I would buy on Blu-ray if that ever came out. And I've watched all these as well, so let's get on with it. Okay, I'm going to start off with The Creator, and this one came out today. It's a sci-fi action road movie of sorts. It's set 44 years in our future, and it's co-written, produced and directed by Gareth Edwards. Now his films include Monsters, Godzilla and Rogue One. The premise of the film is this, and don't worry, I'll try to avoid spoilers. AI is part of everyday life across the planet. Then one day out of the blue, a nuclear warhead's dropped on Los Angeles, sparking a war between humans and artificial intelligence. Robots, synthetics, call them what you will, for whom the blame of the nuclear explosion has been placed firmly at their metal feet. Now the world is also figuratively split into two. You've got New Asia, which still develops and embraces AI, whereas the rest of the world, it's banned. Much later, the military find out that AI have a secret weapon, and the weapon can end the war in the AI's favour. And obviously the military want to destroy it. And that's all I'm going to say on the story. This stars Madeleine Yuna-Voiles as Alfie, and I won't say at this point what her character is or what she has to do with the story, but she's a child, and you've probably already seen the trailer and know already. John David Washington is playing Sergeant Joshua Taylor. He's sent by the military to destroy the AI's secret weapon. His wife is Maya, played by Gemma Chang, who you may know actually played a robot in the TV show Humans, which is very good. Check it out if you can. You've got Alison Janney. She's playing Colonel Howell. She lost family members during the war with the AI, and she actually hates them, as you would. Obviously, and she is very ruthless in this. Alison was CJ in The West Wing. Very good actress. Also stars Ken. He's playing a synthetic soldier in New Asia named Haran. Music is provided by Hans Zimmer, and his scores include Backdraft, Crimson Tide, Gladiator, Pearl Harbor, Da Vinci Code, Inception, and many, many more. Fantastic composer. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. It's got a runtime 133 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slipcover and the cover have the same image, and there is a plain blue disc. So that was The Creator. Okay, in stark contrast to that, the next film is The Phantom of the Monastery. This is a Mexican horror film from 1934. It's black and white. It's directed by Fernando de Fontes, who actually co-wrote the script to another Mexican horror film I own called La Llorona from 1933. The film itself follows 3 people who find themselves lost in the woods in the mountain area, and they are Eduardo, being played by Carlos Villatoro, his wife Cristina, played by Martha Rule, and their friend Alfonso, being played by Enrique del Campo. They find themselves faced with spending the night alone and cold in the woods, and Eduardo suddenly remembers there's an abandoned monastery in the area, and as if magic, a stranger and his dog appears and offers the travellers directions and safe passage to the monastery. He doesn't actually go in himself. In fact, he disappears as quickly as he showed up. Monk opens the door, invites them inside. There are some plots involving Christina and a covetous relationship with Alfonso, the friend, a cursed wish that was made by a monk many years ago, and the possibility that they actually have stepped back in time. I had no idea Mexico actually put out horror films of this quality in the 1930s. If it wasn't for the subtitles in Spanish language, you would think this was an American-made horror film. There are some humour, there's some supernatural elements going on. No jump scares, it's just good old-fashioned storytelling and character development. Picture quality on this is very good as well. It's got a runtime 1 hour 25 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So on the disc itself, you've got the front cover image, which is Eduardo carrying a lantern through the halls of the monastery. And on the reverse of the cover, there are other titles advertised that you can get through Indicator. So that was The Phantom of the Monastery. Next one is Jet Pilot. It's a war film set around the start of the Cold War, so early 1950s, directed by Joseph von Sternberg. This was credited as his last film, but it was shelved for 7 years, making it his second to last. Now stars John Wayne and Janet Leigh. John's is All-American Colonel Jim Shannon. He's a base commander, and Janet is Lieutenant Anna Maladovna. She is a Soviet jet fighter pilot who defects when she lands at Jim's base. There's this fair amount of humorous flirting going on between Jim and Anna when she hands herself over, and Jim is then assigned to seduce her by his superiors when she refuses to give up military secrets. And when this was filmed, I believe John was 50 and Janet was just 30. Now, to cut a long story short, Jim and Anna get married, and Jim is told that Anna's going to be deported out of the country. Later they find out her real name is Olga, and she is in actual fact a spy. Jim and Anna escape, both end up in Russia. There's some spying and some counter-spying going on both sides. I'm going to mention actually the aerial shots in the movie were all filmed purposely for the film. They didn't use any stock footage, so very good quality. Stock footage is usually very grainy. They actually used F-86 Sabre jets and Lockheed F-94 Starfires, as well as Convair B-36 Peacemakers, in case you're interested. Now this was a fun one. Good chemistry between the two leads. Picture quality on this was superb. It's got a runtime 1 hour and 53 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So in this edition there is a 36-page booklet, a reversible cover with alternate artwork, and the alternate artwork is put onto the disc. So that was Jet Pilot from 1957. Next and last is a 1955 black comedy directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and it is of course The Trouble with Harry. First time watching me this one. Cost me just £2 from CX on Thursday, and this stars Edmund Gwenn, who you may know was Santa in the 1947 version of Miracle on 34th Street. In this he's playing Captain Albert Wiles. You've also got John Forsyth as well, who was in Escape from Fort Bravo, which I showed last week. In this he's playing Sam Marlowe, and you have Shirley MacLaine as Jennifer Rogers. Shirley has appeared in films such as The Apartment, Two Mules for Sister Sarah, Being There, Still Magnolias, and many, many more, but this was the very first film that she appeared in. Now, the story centres around the mystery of Harry Warp, who is found dead from the outset of the film, but the question is, who is responsible for his death? The captain thinks that he shot him whilst out hunting for rabbits. Jennifer thinks that she's killed him. She had a row with Harry, hit him with a milk bottle. They were husband and wife, by the way. There's also another contender, a Miss Gravely, being played by Mildred Natwick, who thinks that she struck the fatal blow to Harry when she hit him with a hiking boot. Mildred, by the way, has worked alongside John Wayne on many occasions in The Long Voyage Home, Three Godfathers, She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, and The Quiet Man. Anyway, Sam Marlowe, a practicing and struggling artist, spots Harry's body whilst out doing some sketches, and he tries to solve what happened to him and clear the name of the 3 suspects before the chef gets involved. Not going to say who did the deed, if any of them, or in fact he manages to solve the puzzle. You have to find out for yourself and watch the film. Picture quality is crystal clear. Very quirky at times as well, and the music is provided by Bernard Herrmann, who's worked with Hitchcock on 7 other movies. It's got a runtime of 1 hour and 39 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So a partial image from that front cover has been put onto the disc. So that was The Trouble with Harry. So that was it. Have you seen any of those? Plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel. And subscribe if you haven't. It's all free, why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one.